Gemini, January 2021, a very nice flow here for you, harmonious energy in regards to your long-term goals. There's something that is coming to finality and you can do some subconscious work now, especially from the 6th of the month. This will be for Gemini Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to Unfold Your Soul. Welcome to this new year. I'm gonna keep the messages straight and clear, not too many of them, so we can really be intentional about this month. Many of you got a new beginning when it comes to relationships, partnerships, business, work, and love. So yeah, let's see how that all unfolds here with the energy going forward. For you, philosophically, this is a very good month. You're gonna feel like you're discovering things. It's a nice space of life. I'm seeing rediscovering your inner child as well, and also kind of being like, okay, where am I not completely healed when it comes to that? But it's coming together in such a beautiful way. You know, it's really good energy. It's playful energy. I'm seeing some people around you to have fun with, and all in all, it's a transformational force for you when it comes to your psychology. So everything that you let the basis of, like you were laying foundations of at the end of 2020, this will now be reflected in you designing some sort of new way of thinking for yourself, a new psychology and a new way of nurturing yourself within. Perhaps through something, this can be through an animal, something external, but a lot of it is going to come from within, and you're going to feel that underneath there is a deep, there's a kind of power, a transformative power that is there, that is present, and you are holding it together so beautifully. All in all, a very good month for you, Gemini. So let's see what my 3 messages are for Gemini here in January. And let's divide it into, because it's a double sign. Feeling on top. Okay. Nice Queen of Wands. We have the Hanged Man and the Prince of Cups. With the Hanged Man in the present, we come back to this thing like, okay, there's this power within you, and you've been focusing on long-term goals, being really driven to define that, thinking like, okay, where do I see myself in X years? So I'm seeing that now you're like in a moment where, okay, this inner illumination is there. Look at this guy, he's in a yoga position and he's looking at things from a different perspective. So with that as your central card here in your present in January, I would say that taking the view of the other is going to be very helpful in whatever situation that you are. Now this card is encircled by Queen of Wands and the Prince of Cups. So these energies are reversible, but I do see that there is a situation where that asks for you to be patient, to wait, and to consider timing, because this yogi card, this yogi knows timing. There are times to fall forward and there are times to bend backwards. And with you tuning into your intuition, you will know when that moment is to move forward. You're gonna be doing some subconscious work on the water-fire element. So the water-fire, sun-moon, it's the couple and it's archetypal work. It's in the deep subconscious. So some of these things, you know, there are daily situations, like the way we drink our water, the way we talk to our mothers, the way we interact with one another and with people of the opposite gender. And because there is a fire-water energy here and this energy of illumination, I'm seeing you going through some kind of spiritual initiation to the next level of kind of conscious relationship that you could be in. And for some of you, this will mean a new person coming in. For some of you, this will mean having to work with 2 different energies, like knowing what you need, knowing what you want. Can that be the same thing? And that is something that you are working on here in January. If there are 2 people currently in your atmosphere, Gemini, then one is a bit like, it's a bit of a trickster. You don't really know what you got there. It's not what you see, it's what you got. That can be in a good way, but it can also be in a way that will not benefit your higher good. The other one I'm seeing is really playful, is really inspiring, is a creative soul, is an energy of like, let's go out and do this, you know, let's be in the moment together. And I'm seeing that you are kind of meditating and being like, okay, which way to go? There is a new creative inspiration, and this inspiration can come through this meeting with this person, this new person that flew into your existence, or in the partnership that you are currently living. So there is a balancing of the water and the fire to do. So maybe some of you are too active in the relationship and need to take a step back so the other person can take on their role. Some of you, it will be the opposite. This is reversible. So let's see how we can clarify all of this. What I'm also getting with this is that there is, with this kind of trickster energy, that there is someone who is very seductive, somebody who seduces you in all the ways. Can be a Pisces, can be a Scorpio as well, a Cancer, but an energy that is very much about the feeling body, very poetic energy that you are drawn towards. Somebody who might be might have a really beautiful voice, an interesting gaze, all of those things, you know. There's especially the gaze I'm seeing is very, very potent. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Interesting. So we have here already the cards that fell out is the Judgment card and the Two of Swords. They also fell out of the deck for the Scorpio reading. I'm gonna go with this here, and then I will have to have one more in the future position to clarify Prince of Cups. Love these cards, they call it Prince of Cups here. Okay, it's already there. Okay, interesting. That will that's the the Eight of Swords, sorry. So what we are doing here is that, okay, there's some kind of decision that you have taken for yourself. Some kind of way you looked at things. This can be about love. I'm feeling that it might be about the situation you got yourself into. There's some kind of recognition from the group that you have been longing for, and you've been putting things into place that heal the inner child in you that just wants to be accepted, right? So from that role and from that decision, you got yourself in a really good situation. You got yourself in a situation where you are not rushing into things, where you are observing and waiting to see what this is actually about, this situation. If you are single and this is about two people, with this card, we know that there is a choice to be made and that there is something that you are not seeing about yourself that is reflected in the other. So this can be that the personality of this one person is really very playful and you're feeling it and it's good fun, but actually they don't want what you want. So what's going to be important here is that you define what you want. How do you want to share with people? How do you relate yourself to, how do you relate in relationships, right? The real basic thing. And I'm feeling that there is a decision that needs to be taken mid-month, somewhere between the 12th and the 14th. And that you are going to see then, there's going to be an illumination of something that you didn't see. I mean, these two people here are blindfolded. So perhaps this other person does not know that about themselves either, and you are in their life to actually lay bare what they want as well. So I'm seeing that there is a clarification needed when it comes to this love offer, and this love offer, which is related also very much to your creative work, the way you express yourself in the world and what you would like to express in the world. And there is some ideal that is being transformed that might have been with you since a very long time, which is related to the masculine archetype. So if you are a woman, to the masculine archetype, first one is the father, or if you are a man, to of course the father as well, and how that is living within you, how you are fathering yourself, how you are inspiring yourself to take responsibility. There is something that around commitment, I'm hearing here, around commitment that needs to be decided. And it's as if you felt like, okay, this decision, actually I took it, I live my life in this way, and then all this stuff came to you, and you meet these people and you're like, oh, okay, wow, great, this is fantastic fun. But there is some kind of blind spot that is wanting to be illuminated so it can be integrated in your personality. So what I get here is that duality is there in January. There is a choice to be made, but the choice is to be made later in the month. there is an approach of, with the Queen of Pentacles as well, of enjoying to be alive, the more sensual parts of life, and really creating a nice atmosphere for yourself where you feel the Hanged Man illuminated from the inside, because there is a great power here within you in January, and you will feel it. And when you move from that power, actually you don't need anything. Of course, it's nice to share your life with someone, but as I see it here, there is some kind of blind spot about one of those interests that needs to be brought to light and illuminated. And for that, you are asked to speak up about your love. First of all, to yourself. Are you admitting that this person is what you want? How you would see yourself in relationships? If so, are you ready to make that move and speak your truth about that and test the waters and going in without actually knowing for sure what the other person wants? So that's like healing the group situation. Anytime you did not feel accepted as a child, you know, like that prevents us later in life from actually reaching out to someone we might be interested in, and we might forgo opportunities in that way. So with that reaching out and finding that courage to do that, no matter what the outcome, no matter what the result, there's great wisdom here for you. And that's really beautiful. Like, I'm going to clarify further to see what this Eight of Swords is about, but with that, it's like you're overcoming rejection, because actually it doesn't matter if that person wants that too. It matters that you know what you want. That's like 85% of the work, and then universe can align for you and bring you that which you cherish. Which I wish for you, Gemini. But all in all, very interesting month here. Interesting energies and decisive energies, you know. This is how you want to go forward. You've done such great work in your subconscious on what you actually would like to accomplish long term, how you see basically the next 28-year cycle for yourself. And philosophically, there is a new beginning. It's like a new life philosophy, and I'm really liking that for you here. Okay, I'm actually feeling that I need this other deck, this Oracle of Venice. There's something that makes you feel, although it's a very playful situation, that makes you feel kind of stuck, Gemini. Kind of stuck and scared to make the first step, is what I'm hearing. The roles can be reversed, of course. This can be for the person or people you're interested in. And then again, there you might be having something with a Scorpio, or like somebody with a lot of Scorpio in their chart, because as I see it here, there you have a lot of the same cards. Okay, nice. Okay, at the end of the month, there's going to be a discussion with this person, if you're still watching and you know who I'm talking about. So the discussion, it can go both ways, but there is a conflict in desire. This being said, in your present moment, there's an invitation for you to experiment with the way you take decisions, with what you decide is good for you. Next time you decide something, like to do something or to not do something, and it's like a blatant thing in your face, ask yourself, why am I going for this? And then this is all happening because you're heading towards this higher purpose, this group goal, this community, this group consciousness. And so all of that is being put into place. And with this discussion, I'm going to have to clarify once more. With this discussion, I feel like, okay, some of it is brought to light, but somehow there is a contradiction within you. And the contradiction, I mean, it's romantic. Romance might not mean the same thing for your person as it means for you. That's what I'm getting. And this doesn't mean, sorry for the street noise. Costa Rican greetings, pura vida. All right, let's see here. Okay. Wonderful. Nice. So, as a clarification here, I have the Seven of Swords, the World, and the Magician. So, this is about you not being afraid to go it alone. There's a looking back to a situation of the past where you felt safe, but now it's time to go forward with your own ideas, to present yourself in the world and to spread out the beauty of your being, of your humanity. And you've been working on that, on your long-term goals. This is a moment for you to know that you have all the tools on your table to create the life that you want, Gemini. And with that, you know that you are creator. And this thing here that is not being seen is, to me, about the desire that must be still within you and also in the other, or this kind of unconscious limiting thinking pattern, that limiting thinking pattern that says like, okay, if I don't go it alone, I can't reach this goal. And so with that, know that the world is accessible to you, whether you do it by yourself or whether you partner up with someone. And from that space, from that deep inner knowing, you can create anything you want. The garden is yours. And infinity is yours. Time is no longer relevant when you go from that perspective. So in the past, there might have been something that happened to you as you are working the archetypal couple here, the parents, the mother and the father, that made you believe perhaps that people alone succeed better. This might be the situation for the person you are interested in, or both people you are interested in. And that is something that closes you up, or closes them up, in a sort of belief system that is archaic and actually not serving. However, with the Magician, it is your role to initiate what life you would like for yourself, and to not outsource. There's nothing that needs to be outsourced with the Hanged Man and the Magician. Those people have all the tools, like inside this one and this one, already on the table to start cooking, right? With that, I see that it's going to be a beautiful month when you go into nature and connect to the elements, and that there might be some kind of thing that you are creating. So something alchemical. It can be in the kitchen cooking. It can be anything basically that asks for some manual aptitude. And there's something really beautiful that you are developing there, for which your hands might need some extra love. So maybe some kind of specific yoga for the hands, the wrists, taking good care of that, taking good care of your hands because you need them, and you are going to be extremely constructive in 2021 as well, because you're going through a complete transformation. Still, this has begun in June, and it will not see its finality until the end of 2021. Do check out your full 2021 reading that I will post here at the end screen and below. But because you are constructing, and some of it might involve you being very active with your arms, your hands, all of that, take good care of those body parts that I still wanted to give you health-wise. Otherwise, health-wise, drinking water as usual, and not like seeing the long-term goal and not allowing yourself to be boxed and labeled too much, not identifying too much with one thing, with one desire, with one thing that you want, because you've been setting up these long-term goals and universe is aware. So that's what I got for you today, Gemini. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I will link the reading for the year ahead below, and I would love to read how this all works out for you. I love to read your comments below, and I appreciate your time so much. Namaste.